Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Friday, May 27th, and this is the MLB DFS video for today. So in today's video, we'll be taking a quick look back at yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out. Talking about my core picks for the FanDuel main slate today. It is a 13-game main slate, so it's very, very large. A lot of different options and ways that you can attack this slate. And then going over my top GPP stacks for my article over at weepatats.com. But without further ado, we'll get into it with a recap of yesterday's picks. We're going to start off with pitcher Martin Perez, $9,700. He got to 40 points yesterday, so he was a hit. Pretty much what we've been expecting for him and what we're getting out of him lately. Obviously, the price tag was a little bit higher yesterday. I believe he was the 5th overall pitcher on the slate, so really can't complain there. Then at second base or outfield, just depending on which position you ended up playing him at, we had Kike Hernandez, $2,900. He got 18.7 points yesterday, so he was a hit. He did hit a home run. Otherwise, he was just 1 for 6, so outside of that home run wasn't too great, but still a good hit regardless. Then we moved down to Austin Riley, $3,400. He had pretty good history coming into the day against Aaron Nola. Only got 3 points yesterday, so did give him a push. Same thing with Juan Soto. Good history in the past. 4 for 11 versus German Marquez, $3,700. He only got to 3 points, so he was a push as well. And then we had Tyrone Taylor, $2,600, 6.5 points. Not a bad start for him yesterday. In the first inning, it was looking pretty good for him and some of my Brewers stack. I had him, Andrew McCutchen, and Luis Urias. And they all were doing pretty good that first inning. Then it kind of died down from there. But, it was 6.5 overall. He was a push. Not a guy that hurt us by any means, and definitely not a guy that put us way over the top, but still a solid play regardless. So a little bit of a hit or miss day overall yesterday. Yesterday, oddly enough, ended up being a very, very high scoring day, especially in terms of the cash line. But we're right back at it today and hoping for a little bit better success today as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to my core picks for today. So we at the pitcher position, we got Shane Bieber once again, $8,600, averaging about 32.5 fantasy points per game on the season. As I kind of mentioned the last time he was pitching, kind of been an up or down year for him. There's been good starts, there's been bad starts. But the last time out, he did pitch it against the same Detroit team. He pitched very well in that game, so we're going right back to the well again. Can't really say too much there. Then at first base, I got a pay down option here in Dominic Smith, $2,200. Got some decent history in the past for Zach Eflin, who's starting for the Phillies today, 7 for 17. So there is some opportunities to score some points there, especially at $2,200. He's definitely somebody you need to make sure is in the starting lineup. If he's not, I will obviously post an update to the core at that point in time. Then we move down to second baseman Gene Segura, $3,600. Price tag come down just a little bit, averaging 10 fantasy points per game. Obviously, he was on that big hot tear for a while. But he is going against Carlos Carrasco tonight. He's 7 for 16 with 3 home runs versus him in his career, so definitely a ton of upside there. Then we move down to third baseman Luis Urias. You can also play him at second base, $2,900, averaging just under 9 fantasy points per game on the season. Been a pretty consistent hitter overall. 6 for 10 versus Brad Keller in his career, so there is a little bit of upside there. Probably not a guy that's going to hit you like a home run tonight, but does have a pretty good chance at a multi-hit game, at least tonight. Probably batting second once again for the Twins. Then we move down to outfielder Starling Marte, $3,400, averaging just under 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He's been starting to hit rather well as of late. I believe 0 hits yesterday, but 4 or 5 games before that, he had a hit or multi-hit games in all of them. So he's definitely on that upward trend. 7 for 13 tonight with 1 home run versus Zach Eflin in his career, so could be some upside there as well. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players that I do have listed here, you'll have $14,300 remaining. Just under $3,600 per player, so there's definitely a little bit of room to pay up for a couple of studs if you want to do that. Probably would be looking at the outfield tonight, whether it's Mookie Betts, Yordan Alvarez, Shohei Ohtani, people like that. Those would be the ones that I'm looking at tonight in terms of pay-up options in the outfield. Obviously, my cheat sheet does have some pay-up options at other positions as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to my article over at weebetats.com and talk about my top stacks for today. So the ones that I do have are the New York Mets going against Zach Eflin. Tried stacking against Zach Eflin the last time he pitched, and it did not end up well. He actually pitched pretty good against the Dodgers team, but he's a guy that's a little bit hit or miss. Sometimes he'll come out and he'll pitch really well if he has his stuff, but if he doesn't have his good stuff, it's pretty much lights out. And a lot of these Mets hitters have hit him very well in the past. So definitely have some interest in there, whether it's Starling Marte, Dominic Smith. You could throw Jeff McNeil in there if he's healthy enough to play today. A couple other players in there as well. And then we move over to the Atlanta Braves. Going against Trevor Rogers, a lot of their hitters have hit him very well in the past. Dansby Swanson was the main one that made my core, but you could also look at guys like Marcell Ozuna, Austin Riley once again if you want to go back to that well. Definitely a lot of options there. Ronald Acuna if he does end up playing, but it looks like he's probably not going to play today. And then we had the Red Sox going against Kyle Bradish, who is one of my favorite young pitchers, but this Red Sox team has been very, very hot offensively as of late, mainly led by Trevor Story, but you could look at him, Alex Verdugo, Xander Bogaerts, JD Martinez, Kike Hernandez. All these guys are hitting pretty well at this point in time. Then last but not least, we have the Toronto Blue Jays going against the Los Angeles Angels. I believe it's Chance Silseth, I believe is how you pronounce his name. And, it's his third career start. He's only pitched against Oakland so far. One of those games was not the best. So the Blue Jays could definitely take the opportunity of this matchup overall. But with that being said, these are my core picks as well as top GPP stacks for today, May 27th. As always, if you have any questions related to MLB DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on tonight's slate, whether it's someone from my core 5, whether it's someone from my top GPP stacks, or whether it's a completely different player you guys think I missed. Definitely interested in hearing what you had to say. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's MLB or USFL. Those are the two main ones at this point in time. And then once we get back around to the NFL and NBA regular seasons, I'll be covering those sports as well. And then with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who is yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily MLB DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.